Hi, Jason Baker here with Rise Real Estate, and I wanted to send out a good news market update to you. It's a mortgage update that we received from a mortgage company I'm an investor in, and also that our platform Place uses. So I'll just get right into it and not bore you with all the semantics or the antics or whatever you want to call it. Okay, after quarter four of 2022, and we really do love seeing good news. Purchase applications are up 3 weeks in a row. As a real estate team, we're starting to see tons of buyers re-enter the market. We do have to caution, though, the market is still plateauing in as far as values are concerned and heading downward. The reason is we have 3 to 4 times the inventory that we had going into January of last year. It, Even though the rates are in the mid sixes, and you'll see those below. I'm not a mortgage lender, just so you know. I'm reading you a market update, legal disclaimer. Not a licensed loan officer, licensed real estate agent, broker though. Uh, I want to caution sellers and say, oh, there's so many. There's more buyers in the market because they're used to the rates and they've come down, over the last 3 months. They're palatable again. And part of the reason why they're palatable again for sellers to understand, and also for buyers, because knowledge is power, people are not offering $100,000 over on the price anymore. So a $500,000 home would go for 6 or 650 before. Now we're lucky if it goes for five. Number one. Number two, a house that was 525 before is probably now five, and the buyer doesn't have to pay 100 to 150 over. Makes sense? So people are financing 150 to 175,000 dollars less before. So even with the higher interest rate, right, they're still experiencing a much lower payment or much lower principal than they would have started with. Combine that with now, the sellers who are selling now are not the I want to see if I can get kind of sellers. They're the people who have to sell, and people who have to sell are definitely going to work with the buyer on the structure of the loan or the offer that's coming in. So one tactic that buyers are using is a 3-1 or a 2-1 buy down. They're asking for, let's just say, a $10,000 credit from the seller to buy down or work with their mortgage company to buy the rate down to somewhere, say, in the mid to high fours. So a much lower sale price than before, not having to pay over asking, and the seller working with them a little bit, getting creative now in order to buy that rate down. So you can tell a bank, look, I'll give you $10,000 upfront if you'll let me have a lower rate. And it's called the buy down, and they do it all of the time. It's one of the most effective tools we're using right now in order to get offers approved or buyers into homes that they wouldn't even look at before. Okay, so for buyers, it's an excellent time. Let's continue down. The rates have finally stabilized. Now there are we go to a lot of trainings, and they are saying that they are going to go back up. But for right now, today, that's the only thing that I can tell you is that they're much lower than they were. Don't expect another quiet week. A refreshing change, a stabilization is a welcome change from the volatility of the end of 2022, that's for sure. There is going to be some future rate hikes, and that's what we're watching very closely, okay? They're trying to curb inflation, but let's look at this chart, and this is just, since October 1st of 2022. Gosh, these rates got up to 7.25. Heck, I saw some at 7.5, and now they're back down to 6.625 per this chart. Again, I can't quote rates, okay? Every situation is different. But just to give people an update, a conventional 30-year fixed with this particular lender, based on approved credit, I know they always say that, is 6.625. FHA 675, jumbo 30-year 5.875. Now, isn't that interesting? A jumbo is usually more expensive than a conventional, but it's actually less now. And VA 6.75 there, okay? This particular lender closes transactions all the time in 3 to 4 weeks, which is great. And the beautiful thing I like about this lender is they don't have any sort of origination fees or processing fees or transaction fees. So anyway, I wanted to just go over some of the positive things. It was for so long it was a seller's market. Now we're moving into more of a normal or a buyer's market. So if you need help navigating any of this, or you want to find out how to still get a low rate and how to really structure an offer to get a good deal on a home going forward, please let me know. Okay, and myself or one of my team members can help you with that. If you have any questions on where we think the market's going to go, we think prices are going to level out another 5 to 10% down. So when you're structuring your transaction now, buyers, make sure that you're building some of that safety in. Okay, now the lower the price home, the less chance to get a discount on it, because everybody wants to buy stuff in the 400 to 500,000 range. But when you start getting, we're seeing most of our price reductions in the 600 to 1 million range right now. So sellers, you should be aware that there's more homes for sale in that price range than anything else. And so the people who have to sell are having to get real aggressive in those price range, because that price range is now out of reach for most people due to the rising interest rates, even though they've come down a bit. I hope you enjoy that market report. There's no spin here. That's what's happening. Okay. If we can help you, look at listing your home now before the prices go down or the rates go up, please let me know. I'll personally come see you. And if you're looking to purchase something, please just reach out. Either way, enjoy the website. The links are below. You can get your home value there if you want. It's a computerized one, but I'll get that and I'll do one for you personally if you want. You can just reply to any of the emails that you get and say, hey, Jason, you're a human being. Do this yourself, and I'll do it. I'll get the hint. And then for buyers, definitely what you'll want to do is just, if you want to search for properties, just go there and you'll have access to everything that's in our MLS. You can look at that. Pay attention to the active ones, the ones that are pending or with a bump clause. We'll be happy to explain that to you, what that means and everything else. But use this as a resource. We sure don't bite. At least we haven't bit anyone yet, but you never know. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. That's what we're here for, whether you're doing business with us or now or whatever, it doesn't matter. We'd love to build a lifelong relationship with you. So have a wonderful day. God bless you and take care.